Chapter 7. Dynamic Tension. David, there's another aspect of the creator life stance that I know Ted will want to tell you about, Sophia remarked. It's the key to creating the outcomes you'll be envisioning. Since I learned about this tool, I use it to approach almost everything in my life. There's a very simple way to understand and harness the process of creating, said Ted. The tool Sophia is talking about is dynamic tension. The way you create any outcome in your life is to hold the vision of your deepest desires. At the same time, though, you must honestly and accurately assess your current situation and how it relates to your greater vision. By doing this, you engage a tension between what is and what can be. This tension is the primary creative force behind the manifestation of any outcome. It's as natural and powerful as the force of gravity. Sophia removed the band from her wrist and handed it to Ted with a smile. Ted turned and gave it to me. He said, "This will help you get a grip on the principle I'm talking about. Take the band and loop it around the index and middle fingers on each hand. Now stretch the band. Your right hand represents your vision, and your left hand your current situation. How does that feel, David?" "It's tight," I reported. "I can feel the tension between my hands." "That's right. You've engaged the tension between your vision in your right hand and your current situation in your left. Now, if that band could speak, what do you think it would say it wants to do right now?" "It wants to relax. It wants the tension to go away." "Right. So here's the principle. All tension seeks to be resolved. It's not only a physical reality, as you can feel as you stretch the band, it's also a psychological principle. Human beings seek to resolve such tension all the time. If I say knock knock, what do you want to say in response?" "Who's there?" We all laughed. "That's an example of resolving the tension," said Ted. "Someone says knock knock, and there's a tension, an expectation. You know to resolve the tension by responding, 'Who's there?' It may be a silly example, but the fact that people dislike tension and will take action to resolve it, whether consciously or unconsciously, is a powerful principle once you understand it and put it to use. In the case of dynamic tension, you can resolve the tension in either direction. You can let go of your vision, your right hand, and snap back toward your current reality, or you can move from your current situation, your left hand, toward your vision. Creators resolve the tension by taking baby steps to move from current reality toward their vision. When you do this, you tap into a fundamental and powerful creative principle that's hardwired into the universe. This one simple idea has had a tremendous impact on the way I approach every part of my life, Sophia added. When I decide what I want to create, it's absolutely necessary to give myself permission to dream big, not to limit my vision to what I think or know to be possible. "But wait a minute," I said. "What if what I want to create or manifest in my life is, in fact, impossible? Don't you need to be realistic in choosing what you want to create?" Sophia was silent for a moment. We watched as the crab burrowed into the sand a little way up the beach. "That's an important question, one that must be considered carefully. To limit yourself to only what you know or think is possible can greatly reduce your creativity. Allow yourself to dream, David. For instance, right now, ask yourself what you would do if you knew you couldn't fail. What would you want, have, do, or become if absolutely anything were possible?" I thought for a minute and decided to play with Sophia a bit. "I'd love to be a 7-foot center playing professional basketball," I exclaimed. "But that's not likely given the fact I'm a middle-aged guy well short of 6 feet tall." Sophia chuckled and took the bait. "Okay, let's stay with that, David. If that's really what you want, the key is not to let go of the vision. Instead, ask yourself how you can get to the closest expression of that vision, given the reality that you will never be a 7-foot basketball player. So what could you do given an accurate assessment of your current reality? She asked. You might join a men's basketball league and play with that vision in your mind as a fantasy expression of your desire. Maybe you could volunteer to coach kids who have the potential of growing to a greater height and to develop the agility and skills necessary to play basketball professionally. Then who knows, 15 years down the road you might be sitting on a Sunday afternoon at a pro basketball game watching a 7-foot center out on the floor who used to be one of the kids you coached in the Parks and Recreation League. In that case, you could say that there was a part of you that did, in fact, become a 7-foot center. Sophia went on, each of the baby steps you take to move in the direction of your dreams helps you get clearer about the form that dream may take. Well, the reality is that you will never be 7 feet tall or play professional basketball. By holding your vision and paying attention to current reality, you can create a way to express that vision in a different form. Sophia had made her point. All I could do was smile and nod. Got it.